Imagine a misty dawn in the Scottish Highlands on August 10th, 2025, the air thick with grief and the weight of history, as King Charles's casket, draped in the royal standard and adorned with flowers from his beloved Highgrove Gardens, begins its solemn journey from Balmoral Castle to London. This journey, unlike any before, is led not by the men who traditionally bore such duties, but by two women who stand as pillars of strength and symbols of change. Princess Anne, the monarchy's unyielding rock, and Catherine, Princess of Wales, its poised future. Standing side by side, they mark a moment that will redefine the British monarchy forever. Their presence not just a farewell to a king, but a bold step into a new era, where love, duty, and inclusivity intertwine to shape a legacy that resonates across the globe. So come along, immerse yourself in the emotional depths of that day, uncover the bonds that tied these women to Charles, and feel the ripples of their actions. Then, share your thoughts in the comments. What stirred your heart most in this historic scene? King Charles was more than a monarch to Anne and Catherine. He was a brother whose laughter echoed through Balmoral's halls, a mentor whose vision inspired a modern monarchy. Anne, his steadfast sister, shared his love for the rugged countryside, horses, and a no-nonsense approach to life. Their childhood memories of racing through Scottish moors or trading dry-witted jests, a private treasure that lightened even the heaviest days. Catherine, who brought fresh energy when she married William, earned Charles's admiration for her grace under pressure, her passion for environmental causes, and her mental health advocacy. Qualities he once confided to aides reminded him of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II. Those words now carry poignant weight as his health faded in the serene Highlands, where Anne stood by his side, drawing on her experience from escorting their mother's coffin in 2022, and Catherine, balancing motherhood and her future as queen consort, made frequent visits, ensuring Charles's grandchildren brought fleeting joy with their giggles. Their compassion shone in quiet moments, a hand held during a twilight walk, a whispered reassurance amid uncertainty, bonds forged over years that set the stage for a farewell that would captivate the world. As the casket left Balmoral, the scene was electric with emotion. The flowers, which Anne insisted upon, were a vibrant nod to Charles's love for Highgrove. For the first time in British royal history, two senior women led the vigil and accompanied the monarch's remains from Scotland to Edinburgh, then to London, shattering centuries-old traditions where men held such roles. This shift, rooted in Operation Menai Bridge, the code name for Charles's funeral plans, updated, some say, with his own input, honored the women in his life. Anne, in her naval uniform, stood as a sentinel of resolve, her face a mask of quiet determination. Catherine, beside her in a tailored black coat, her veil fluttering in the Highland breeze, wore pearls once donned by Queen Elizabeth and Diana, a tribute to the strong women before her. In a moment that stole hearts worldwide, Catherine gently touched Anne's arm as the casket was loaded onto the hearse, a subtle gesture, caught on live broadcasts that unleashed a torrent of admiration online, with social media buzzing. One user tweeted, "Catherine and Anne are the monarchy's new heartbeat, strength in sorrow." As the cortege wound through misty hills, the world watched not just a king's farewell, but a quiet revolution unfolding. The journey pulsed with raw, human moments that transcended protocol. On the flight to London, Anne and Catherine shared stories of Charles, his quirky humor, his love for art, his fierce environmental passion. Catherine clutched a locket with a photo of Charles and his grandchildren, a private act, unseen by cameras, but shared by those on board. In Edinburgh, during a brief service, Anne's voice, steady yet laced with love, delivered a reading on duty and family. Her words echoed through the hushed crowd. Behind closed doors, sources whisper. They shared tears, recalling Charles's childhood antics, humanizing the man behind the crown. These weren't scripted rituals, but the heartbeat of a family in grief. This wasn't just a funeral, it was a turning point. Anne's groundbreaking walk behind Queen Elizabeth's coffin in 2022 had cracked open tradition. Now, with Catherine, their joint vigil amplified that shift, proving women could lead in the monarchy's most solemn moments, a blueprint for future ceremonies, perhaps even William's streamlined coronation. Catherine's growing influence as queen, through her mental health and early childhood initiatives, carries forward Charles's vision, while Anne's tireless work with over 300 charities ensures his legacy of service endures. The public's response was overwhelming, social media ablaze with praise for their strength. Posts calling them the monarchy's unsung architects, sparking global conversations about gender roles from palaces to parliaments, showing grief can birth progress. Catherine, stepping into her role as queen sooner than expected, blends warmth and modern sensibility. Anne's stoic mentorship guides the next generation. Their journey from Scotland to London was not just physical, but a metaphor for a monarchy bridging tradition with inclusivity. As Charles's casket rested in Westminster Hall, their continued vigil symbolized enduring strength. Their actions, rooted in love and duty, set a precedent for a monarchy where women lead without hesitation, inspiring young girls worldwide. William, now king, faces his reign with Catherine's empathetic leadership and Anne's unwavering resolve, ensuring the monarchy remains relevant in a changing world. So, what stole your heart in this moment? Catherine's tender touch, Anne's resolute reading, or their precedent-setting unity? Share in the comments and subscribe for more royal stories that tug at the heartstrings. For this wasn't just a farewell, it was a promise of a monarchy reborn, led by women who weave tradition with trailblazing spirit, forging a path that honors the past while embracing tomorrow's boundless possibilities.